Hi, everyone. So it's been a minute since we have done a What Are You Manifesting spread. So this is a good opportunity to understand what we're bringing into our lives because we are constantly manifesting whether we know it or not. So I like to do these spreads to see if what we're bringing in is what we actually want to bring in. And for those of you who are intentionally manifesting, this is a good time also to see if those manifestations are on their way, and if something is blocking it, then we like to see that too. So first I would like to roll an Astro House dice just to see if we can figure out what parts of the our specific energy we're working with that we want to bring in the most abundance or the most protection. So we rolled the sixth house, and the sixth house is generally about the work that we do. This can be our full-time job. This can be the service that we do for others. So this could end up being a career work reading, but we'll see as we go. So let's see what the tarot wants to tell us about what we are manifesting. So there's the King of Cups. I really like that for you in this position, as you showing up as the King of Cups, because you seem to be very emotionally mature. You seem to really have a good head on your shoulders when it comes to the holding space for others, being emotionally balanced. But also there's an element with the King of Cups about knowing how to have fun and living in the moment. So let's keep going. So there's the Devil, which I'm going to turn over to meet the YouTube guidelines. There's the Eight of Cups. There's the Star, which I'm going to turn over as well. There's the Five of Wands. I'll pull those down a bit. Underneath, the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. I like seeing all these pentacles, especially when we're doing a manifesting spread, and especially when it has to do perhaps with our careers. Hiding underneath everything is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is generally a card of escape. This is when there's been some tumultuous times behind you, but you're escaping that and you're moving towards better times. So the Six of Swords is also about accepting a situation for what it is and not fighting it. That if you have to move on from something, to release it and let it go. So I am getting that right off the bat. And it looks to me like, especially because you're showing up as this King of Cups, what this is telling me is that you are emotionally balanced enough to let this go. So if this is a reading about our work, or our full-time jobs, or our volunteer work, or the way that we serve others, this does appear that you are perhaps leaving one job for another, or just leaving one in general. But there is the Devil card here that's in your challenge position. And what the Devil is saying in this particular spread to me is that whatever this is that you're escaping, there was a level of deception going on, that there was a lack of integrity or a lack of transparency or a lack of trust in whatever this situation is that you're escaping. And it doesn't have to be a job, although for many of you it probably will be. But if this is a love relationship or a toxic friendship or a roommate that you're leaving behind, this is generally someone that you were really trying to help, someone you were trying to serve, something to do with the sixth house, but you are escaping it, you are letting it go because there was an element of deception or non-transparency. And it looks like with this Five of Swords coming in here that at some point you didn't really even recognize yourself anymore, that you were perhaps engaging in these fights with whoever this person was or whatever this situation was. It really was in your head and you didn't feel like yourself anymore, that you were taking on character traits of this other person, that if they stabbed you in the back, then you turned around and stabbed them in the back. And you didn't like the way that that was going. You didn't recognize yourself because you have too much integrity to be involved in those types of situations. So I think that's why you moved from the Five of Swords to the Six of Swords. And you just said, I'm just going to get out of here. I'm accepting this for what it is. This is not the right place for me, job for me, person for me. So I'm moving on. You recognized the devil for really what it was. And I think that you had been feeling that for a while anyway with this Eight of Cups here. I do get the impression that you were really ready to move on. You maybe had been detaching for a while, preparing yourself. You know that there's something better out there. The Eight of Cups, this is the card of the seeker. This is someone who knows there's something better out there and actually gets up, walks out, and goes to look for that thing that they know is better. These are very similar energies in that you're headed for somewhere better. You just might not know what that is yet, but you just know that wherever you are now or whatever you're leaving was not enough for you. So those are very similar energies coming through there. But again, I think it's because this person or job or boss or whoever this was you were dealing with, they just were not transparent enough. There was not enough integrity, I want to keep saying. The star is here, and the star is here saying that you have already done the healing. This is showing up in your past position. So I know that you have already awakened to this situation, which is probably what allowed you the time to really begin to detach. And as the King of Cups, you were able to do it in a mature way. You were able to find a way out. You were able to find an escape route. You were able to detach emotionally. Before you even made any moves, you were able to really get ready so that you could stand up and walk away. So I do think that you have been preparing for this move for a very long time. I love that your future, near future energy is the King of Wands because you're really stepping into a very powerful leadership role here. So this is you just taking action and feeling confident about that, taking pride in your decision to move on from this. But the King of Wands is often a card of a leader. So this could be that you're taking on a new leadership role in a new position, that you had a toxic boss here who was stealing all of your ideas, to use that example. But now you're stepping into a position where you become the boss or your own boss, or whatever that is for you. But either way, whatever it is, leaving this situation has left you feeling very empowered, or it will be very shortly if you're not already feeling that. So there is definitely a person in your environment showing up as the Page of Pentacles. And it's showing up in the form of an offer, which makes sense because if you're leaving this job, you may already have another offer on the table is what this is looking like. But either way, even if you don't see this yet, this Page of Pentacles is in your environment. This is about money coming in. This is about good investments, perhaps, that you have already made. This is about getting a raise. This is a lucky break, which makes perfect sense with the King of Wands here because this new job, new offer, new promotion, new whatever this is going to make you sit in this very stable boss type energy. So it all kind of makes sense with the whole spread here. So there is this shadow side of you coming through here though with the Knight of Pentacles. This is an idea of that it's going to take time. And I think that I see the star here, and even though you have begun your healing work, I think there's still more healing that needs to be done. And hear me out. This is the message that I'm getting from this. There's some creative project that you have been working on. It might be unrelated to these jobs that we're talking about. It could be related. But there's some creative project here that you are meant to be working on. It's a slow process, but it's a way for you to creatively express yourself. And I'm getting this very specifically from this Knight of Pentacles. There's something here that you are working on, but it's really slow. But it's a really good way to heal yourself. But there is a shadow aspect of yourself that is resisting it, is what I'm getting from this. And this is all going to start to make sense because I'm getting messages here too, but I want to go slowly to make sure we get through it all. Because the question we asked was, what are you manifesting? So we're almost there. There's a shadow side of you that is resisting some kind of creative expression. What is that for you? Do you want to be a Reiki healer? Do you want to be a screenwriter? Do you want to be a tarot reader? Do you want to be whatever it is for you? Make it make sense for you, but there's something there that you really want to be, but you're resisting it. And it may be because you're afraid of the way it might look. It might take away from this other endeavor you're working on. There's new opportunities in front of you. So this is continuing. Your creative works are tending to stay on the back burner. So, but the other message, before I get to this final column here, the other message coming through here is do both. Do both. Whatever this new opportunity for promotions or bossing up, whatever that is. But if there's also that screenplay that you've been meaning to write, or you started writing, but it's really slow and you think it's going nowhere, there's a very strong message coming through these cards to do that screenplay anyway. Do it at night. Do it on your break times. Do it whenever you can. Do it on the weekends, because that is what you're manifesting. Believe it or not, you've already manifested in this new opportunity, this new job. The Five of Wands is here in this position, telling me that you are really wrestling with yourself about whether or not to write the book, write the screenplay, take the Reiki training, make it make sense for you, but you're really fighting with yourself. It's like you're almost forbidding yourself from even doing it. You're very non-committal when it comes to this particular project. But you're blocking the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is the biggest pentacle in the deck. This is about money falling from the sky, winning money, payoffs for your efforts, recognition for your efforts, advancement in your work. It could even be fame. And so the reason that I'm saying to continue to do the hard work on whatever this other thing is, whatever your side hustle is, work on just doing it. Don't fight with yourself about it, because if you fight with yourself about it, you're blocking this. And so I feel like this is a very important message coming through for someone, that write the thing, do the thing, because that's where the big windfall is going to be, is doing that side hustle, that thing that you have in your heart, the thing you really want to work on, the thing that you really are interested in the details of it because it's a passion project. The Knight of Pentacles crosses their T's and dots their I's because they're very interested in making sure it's perfect. And that's what I feel, this side hustle, whatever this is for you, that's where your real money is going to be. So don't continue to manifest in this fight. Just let it go. Take on this more of this attitude that you did with your old job and release the fight and just go for it. Wow, that's a really strong message. That's for somebody. So let's get some more tarot, because I'd like to know more about you in this situation, what you can focus on, what your challenges might be. So there you are. Again, you're showing up as the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So this is very clear to me that you are so emotionally balanced and you're ready to really receive all of your blessings. This relationship that showed up with the Devil, whether this was a bad, toxic relationship, toxic boss, toxic roommate, make it make sense for you. This karmic relationship that you have just escaped from with this escape card, it's really helped you to become a very emotionally stable and balanced and mature person. This has really helped your emotional growth. You have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups both showing up here, which I think is why the universe is really getting ready to give you your blessings, because you've done all this hard work. You've done the healing. We saw the star in your past energy. So then we have the Moon, the Five of Wands again, and this is in your challenge position. And then you have the Magician. I love it. So the Moon is here saying to focus on your fears. Focus on the thing that scares you the most. And this was in your shadow position. So what this is really telling me is that it is time for you to face your fears when it comes to whatever this passion project is that you want to be working on. That even if you're scared, we have the Five of Wands showing up here twice. Even if you're scared to do it because you're afraid of how it's going to look, maybe there's too much competition out there, But this is really asking you to ride out that storm, to do it anyway. Face your fears, do the thing, because it's going to be a huge payoff for you, because we see the Magician and the Ace of Pentacles. And what is this spread? The spread is, what are you manifesting? The Magician is the manifester, and the Ace of Pentacles is a windfall. You are manifesting a windfall. This could not be more clear in a manifesting spread. But the thing is, you have to face your fears and do that passion project that you keep putting off, the thing you keep putting for tomorrow, the thing you keep procrastinating and dragging your feet on because you think it's going to go nowhere. It's exactly the thing that's going to be the biggest payoff you've ever had. So that is for someone. So let's do some big picture oracle cards, and then we'll wrap it up with some chakra cards to see if there's any Reiki healing that needs to be done in this situation. So there's the handshake. This could be this new offer, this Page of Pentacles that we see here coming in for you. Then there's the clover, I love it, and the sun. And this is amazing because the clover and the sun, this is a lucky break. And this is success. This is fame. And we'd already said that with this Ace of Pentacles. There is a huge lucky break coming in that's going to make you extremely successful, but you got to get out of your own way. You got to get these 5 wands out of your way, and it's all in your head. You are stopping yourself from getting the work done. So just start writing it, start doing it, start taking the class, whatever it is for you, that passion project, just start painting it. So let's get 2 chakra cards to see if we can figure out if there is anything in your auric energy that's maybe perhaps preventing you from getting this done. Oh, wow. We have 2 Earth stars, it looks like. We have Earth star with powerful. I love it. This is your time. You're getting powerful. You're getting the clover, the Magician, the sun, the Ace of Pentacles. This is your time. You have to get out of your own way with this 5 of Wands. This could not be more clear. And then we have Earth star with discreet. So your Earth star chakra looks really beautiful, actually. You're very grounded. And the thing about manifestations, the way you bring all of your manifestations, and in this case, it looks like it's in the form of money. The way you bring your manifestations in is by being extremely grounded. Well, you are. Your Earth star chakra is in perfect health, which is a perfect opportunity for you to bring in your manifestations. So this could not be more clear. Your manifestations are on the way. You have to get out of the way and stop arguing with yourself and get that passion project done. That is absolutely going to be the answer to all of your financial problems and questions. So wow, congratulations. Please let me know the projects you're working on. Please let me know how this was resonant for you. And we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.